Welcome to Marty Wong Chat. Tonight we have the Ladee Danger. Hey, what's up, Brady?
Hi, Mark.
How's COVID treating you now?
It's there. It's real. The biggest difference for me is I'm working from home now. Currently, I'm working as a video editor for a Magic the Gathering podcast called The Command Zone.
Mm.
And so I've just been working from home. Like, I've been one of the lucky people that I'm still working pretty much the exact hours that I worked before. That hasn't really been affected too much, but having a social life is completely gone. And now balancing, working from home and like being distracted by my dog or whatever, and just trying to still work to the caliber that I was working before. And with everything going on in the world, it's absolutely overwhelming. Now I'm just like in my own safe bubble in my room and my place. But I'm still like trying to work with all of these emotions of like what I'm feeling of what's going on. And some like it affects my work sometimes where I'm just like, oh, I need to take like a 5-minute break and just like sit in a dark room alone. So I started cosplaying in like roughly around 2011. When I first started cosplaying, I was just ecstatic to make things. As soon as I really got into cosplaying, and then I also got into streaming a few years later, and I was like, oh, I can do both. That's gonna be great. And then I took a really weird route with my cosplay. Most cosplayers are like, I'm gonna go to a million conventions. I did that for a while, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to sell prints. I don't want to, do all of this hustle and bustle because it wasn't feasible for me to be able to travel that much. Started working with video game companies, and then I tried the Patreon thing, and I did sexy photo shoots, and that was great. But I stepped away from it because what I realized it was doing is it was eating away at myself in the same way you see magazine women of like they're perfect, right? And I was seeing all these other cosplayers and all their stuff was so perfect, their bodies were perfect, costumes were immaculate, and I was like, I can never live up to the amount of content that they're putting out. I don't have those tools available to me, and it was eating away at my self-confidence, my self-image. I was getting like imposter syndrome and all this other stuff as it like my career went farther along, because I saw the community just shifting. It wasn't like just do what makes you happy anymore. It was do what's current, do what's popular, do what people want you to do, or you're not going to get noticed. And or if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're not going to be popular. And if you're trying to make a business out of it, those are all important things. I just kind of like stepped away. I was like, I need to take care of me, and I need to take care of my brain and my body and the way that I want to be viewed. I won't let anybody tell me what I should be doing. So I stepped away from it because I lost a lot of joy that it was bringing me from when I originally started. I'm going to listen to my community because those are the people that have stuck by me through all of those ups and downs. Now it's like a grind to climb Mount Everest to even match anything to it. And you have to go into it knowing that you're not going to be Jessica Negri. You're not going to be Yaya Han. You are going to be you, and that has to be okay. Sharing your art with the world. And I think since I stopped cosplaying, one, I feel so much better about myself, my self-image, and I also am now inspired to make art, but I'm not necessarily inspired to make replicas. Like I'm more inspired to make my own original designs and to flex those muscles to be like, here's this original character that you've never seen before and that like nobody else has ever done. Because to me, that's a little bit more exciting and it lets my artist brain kind of like flourish. I kept trying to make myself marketable, try to make myself, friendly and this and that, which I mean, there are things that I am, but like kind of go above and beyond. You're like, I'm going to like be a caricature of myself. And that's something I told myself I never wanted to do. With my community, transparency is pivotal for me. You're going to get me and you're going to get 100% me. And that's how I felt like I wanted my cosplays to be presented as well, and like my business and all of that, which is why it was so easy to go from cosplaying to hosting, because I never had this false narrative of who I was. It was always like, this is exactly me, this is exactly what you're going to get, and I don't have to worry about it. And so that's why hosting's been so much easier, because I just get to be me, and that's good enough. I am the friend that will tell you if you're being an asshole, or if you're being disrespectful, or if you are, doing something wrong. And I've gotten a lot of issues with that through my years because it's confrontational and it's rude, or however people want to perceive it. But at the end of the day, I know that,
Especially for women, like people keep using the phrase like, "Oh, she's hard to work with," you know.
yes, specifically being a woman, because we're supposed to be soft and we're supposed to be this and we're supposed to be all these things. And I'm like, move over. I'm none of those things. And I've lost friendships over it. But then I've also had people that have come back a year or two later being like, you know what? Thank you. I needed to hear that. And you were the only person that said that to me. And
Mm.
so I don't mind being the bad guy to hopefully help somebody learn and grow, because I understand that people have been sheltered a lot of their lives and they haven't been in situations where, been around a lot of people of color, or they've been around a lot of gay people, or they've been in a power position around, the opposite
Hmm.
sex, or, whatever it may be, because it goes through everything. I'm just like, I will give you the benefit of the doubt that
Hmm.
you're not being purposefully ignorant.
Tell me more about the biracial kind of the identity of yours. Like, how does that like?
You're gonna make me cry.
I'm very interested in how is that like, and like especially if everything's going on.
Gosh. It's something I've struggled with for a really long time, and it's hard to talk about. And I know a lot of other biracial people will feel this way. And for me, being a white passing person, I have a lot of privilege, but I'm also not neglecting the other people around me, like my sisters and my brothers and my nieces and my nephews that don't have that. And so I feel like my voice is lost
Mm.
amongst everything that's going on because I'm biracial and I'm white passing, and people disregard my heritage because I look white. And I'm like, that's not fair. My dad's Native American and he's Black.
Mm.
And so you can't disregard all of that and the struggle of those people because I look white, because I know my privilege and I use it to their benefit constantly, which I think is what makes me so much of a fighter, because they can't fight because they get marked as the angry Black woman, or, the gangster, or this or that, or whatever somebody wants to wrap that into. And so I think that's why I stand up for the little people. I stand up for the people that are not viewed as right or correct or perfect. And there's a huge issue with being a biracial person and trying to find where you fit in with society. I just so deeply want everybody to be treated equally, and that goes from being anywhere in between that, just a human being. They're human rights.
So you're fighting
And
for many things.
yeah, I'm fighting for everyone. Like, I don't want any person to feel like they don't belong, because that's just not it. And I felt like I don't belong for so long as a kid, being biracial and being goth and being, and I was all over the place. I was a goth kid. I was a cheerleader. I rode horses. I played softball. I did all these things. I
It
could never
sucks.
find a place that like I truly, truly fit in. And like now I feel like I found my voice and I found my place. And like I'm looking to make a difference. And I just hope that it's good enough. We are all going to make mistakes down this road. We have all made mistakes. We've all said the wrong thing. And, cancel culture is real. It is there. It is happening. And it's people fighting for things that have been done to them for so long. The other thing we also have to realize is we can't condemn people that are willing to change if they make a mistake. Because if
Mm.
we do that, there will be no one else left to help us fight for it.
Hmm.
And so there's a difference between somebody being blatantly like, I don't care your opinion or whatever, and then somebody admitting that they've made mistakes and that they want to work harder and they want to work better and they want to be an ally, and then they trip up and they make a mistake. And that's where you step in and you, as a friend, you hold them accountable and then you help lift them back up. Because if you just destroy them for making that one mistake, they might not ever want to try again.
As I get older, I feel like a lot of things I'm saying sound more and more cliche, but it feel like more and more true. Does that happen to
I
you?
think, yeah, oh, all the time. I've been saying it forever. I say, be the change you want to see. I have said it forever. And I mean it, because
Yeah.
nothing will change if you don't set the tone and be an example of what you want to see. And that's exactly what it is. I don't want somebody to put me up on a pedestal and be like, you need to be like her. I would hate that. I'd be like, no. You know what I mean? Just let me be me over here. And like, if you like what I'm doing, do that too. But yeah, I think it takes a lot of internal reflection to figure
Hmm.
that out.
Thank you so much for joining. Everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.